I was standing at the altar, dressed in white, trembling. Not because I was nervous to marry Obinna, but because my mother had just whispered in my ear, "That man you're about to marry, he's your brother." Everything blurred. The guests, the music, the priest. I could no longer hear anything, just the sound of my own heartbeat, fast, loud, and angry. I wanted to run, I wanted to scream, but most of all, I wanted this to be a bad dream. 2 years before the wedding, I met Obinna at my cousin's graduation. He had just returned from the UK and was staying with his uncle in Enugu. Tall, chocolate skinned, well spoken. He was the kind of man that made girls bite their lips in admiration. We talked, laughed. He walked me to the bus stop. By the end of the week, he was calling me my queen. Obina was different from the men I knew. He listened, he prayed with me, he sent me books and voice notes that made me smile in the middle of the night. He met my mother after just 3 months. She liked him, or at least she pretended to. But there was always a strange look in her eyes when he came around, a tightness in her smile, like she was trying to hide something. 1 year in, he proposed. I said yes in front of our friends, tears pouring down my face. I had never felt so loved, so seen, so safe. I called my mom to tell her the news. She paused for a long time and said quietly, "Are you sure this is the man you want to marry?" I laughed. "Yes, Mama." "Why?" Her voice trembled. "Nothing, just be careful, Ada." I ignored the warning. Love makes us blind. On the wedding day, we had over 300 guests, a white tent, live band, jollof that tasted like heaven. I was already walking down the aisle when I saw Mama standing near the front, holding her wrapper tightly. She looked broken. I thought it was just emotion, pride even, until I reached the altar. As Obinna held my hand, Mama suddenly stood up and shouted, "Stop this wedding!" Gasps filled the air. Obinna's mother stood too, shaking. Then my mom looked straight into my eyes and said, "That man you're about to marry is your brother." Obinna's father, a powerful businessman from Lagos, had once worked in Enugu. Years ago, he had a secret affair with my mother while she was his secretary. When he returned to Lagos, he never knew she was pregnant. She tried to contact him. He cut her off. He married another woman. That woman became Obinna's mother. And now, here we were, unknowingly raised apart, falling in love, planning a wedding. Obinna was my half-brother. The wedding was cancelled. Guests left in silence. Obinna cried like a child that night. He held my hand and said, "I still love you. I don't care what they say." But we both knew it could never be. He moved back to the UK. I stopped answering his calls. Sometimes I still wear the ring. Not because I hope, but because I remember.